Welcome to One Sharp Sword, cutting through to what matters most. I'm Dr. Wayne Pernell, Dr. P, the Breakthrough Success Coach. Here's what I hear. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not ready. That sounds like whining. It sounds like whining. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh yeah, I've got so much on my plate. I want to do that, but I'm not ready. I have this plan for my life. But it'll have to wait until I'm ready. I had wanted to work with you, but there's other things going on, so I'm not really ready. The problem is you don't get good at something and then start. And so it's an illogical statement to make. I'm not ready. It's an illogical statement to make. What makes a person ready is actually the action of getting into the thing. I can't do coaching because I'm not ready is one of the craziest things I hear all the time. Actually, I'll take that back. I am lucky enough to hear it very rarely. And when I hear it, it drives me crazy because it makes no sense. I'm lucky that when people come to me, they are ready to work with me. They've made the decision, and that's all it takes. The bottom line to cut through to any of the, I don't feel ready, is a decision. A decision, just like that. You decide. It is simply a matter of making a decision. I've heard someone say, taking a decision. Whether you make it or take it, do it. You decide. You decide. And then the action follows. You get good at it. It's like, think back to when you were 15 and a half, when you were just learning to drive a car. Think back to like you're almost 16, you're able to get behind the wheel, and you could say, I'm not ready, because you don't know how to drive. You've seen it done. You know it's possible, but you're not ready. How do you get ready to drive? Like if you think back to your beginning to learn to drive a car, and you look at how much what's called agency, how good you are at it now, it's because you practiced. It's because it's easy now, because you put in years of, oh yeah, this is what I do. And if you've ever rented a car, it's sort of like, well, there's this sense of generalizing a skill from one car to another. You don't get into a new car and go, I'm not ready to drive it, because it's like, all right, to be ready to drive it, I need to adjust the mirrors. I need to learn where the lights are. And that's the same with any skill. That's the same with learning anything, right? Whether you're learning French or Italian or guitar, or choosing to step in to do some serious deep level coaching, oh, I'm not ready, makes zero sense. So stop it. Stop it. It's sort of like watching a toddler. Like you can see a toddler heading towards something, and you're like, don't do that. And it's sort of like when somebody says, I'm not ready, it's like watching a toddler go, and they go off on their own. And you could help them. And that's the thing, like you are in charge of you. And if you ever hear yourself say, I'm not ready, I'd love to know that you caught yourself and you decided to take a risk. So here's the thing. The problem is perspective. And the answer is perspective. I can't apply for that job because I'm not ready. I can't do coaching with you because I'm not ready. I haven't started that thing that I've been aching to do because I'm not ready. It's such bull. It's just like, think about anything you've taken on. So the whole idea is, what perspective are you giving it? Readiness isn't about having accomplished the thing already. Your readiness is about your willingness, and that's the perspective shift. Stop yourself from saying, I'm not ready. Stop yourself from saying, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to make that next sales call. Why not? What does it take to get ready? Like, pick up the phone, have a conversation with somebody. I'm not ready to, what is it? You know, what is it you're not ready for? Either decide you're doing it and take action, or decide you're not doing it on purpose. I'm deliberately choosing not to do this, is a very different statement, right? Everything you've ever done started with you not being good at it. Okay, that's cool. So it's not about your ability. It's about your willingness. Are you willing to pick up the phone and make that call that you've been putting off? Are you willing to log into your French lessons that you've signed up for, but you've put off doing because you didn't have time? You told yourself you didn't have time. In the last blog, we talked about your calendar. Who's in charge of that? So are you ready? So this is all about, you've got to begin before you're ready. You've got to begin before you're ready, before you feel ready. You've got to have the willingness. And that's the perceptual shift there. So the truth is, you're not going to be good at anything right away, probably. I mean, you could be just naturally talented. That's a possibility. My guess is if you're naturally talented at something, it's because you've had practice in that thing without actually doing that thing. So there is that. But the thing is that most people don't begin because they're afraid of being vulnerable. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being called out or being seen as weak or being less than. And the truth is, you might be. You might be judged. You might be seen as less than. The truth is, you might be seen as pretty darn good for a beginner, or just pretty darn good. So, you know, think about the first time you're on a bike, you wobble, and then you might fall over. Or you might learn to pedal and realize that by pedaling, you've taken action, and that action actually keeps you upright. So I'm going to say, dare to wobble, and then dare to be graceful. Dare to take action, and dare to begin before you're ready. This is one sharp sword cutting through to what matters most. I'm Dr. P, Dr. Wayne Pernell, your host and the Breakthrough Success Coach. Thank you for joining me.